victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
What's going on, Cap Nation? We're finally live. Finally. Welcome, everybody. Cappers Nation Live, Wednesday game day edition, the 14th of October. I do apologize for us not getting the show started on time. YouTube doing YouTube things and the unpredictability of YouTube. We couldn't get our software connected to YouTube's. However, we're here. We might have started a little late, 30 minutes late, but it's okay. Better late than not having a show, in my opinion. Glad to see you guys already here, tuning in. Mr. O'Neill, Beats by Boggs, Jeff, Brad. John says he's looking forward to day number 2 with me. Hey, John, anything could be better than yesterday. That is for sure. Maurice, what's going on? Tar Heel Tim, J. Hugh, Chido, Aqua Frost in the house, Air Pun 80. What's going on? Good morning, John Marino. Good morning, Brad in Australia. Good morning, Nathan. Anthony, what is going on? Demarquis, good morning. Chris Kopek in the house, Brandon, Mr. Bayer, Yo Schmig, Adam, Nathan, Mr. Brackens, Scott, what's going on? Real champ in the house, Jeff. Says if I ever started a show on time, he'd be disappointed. We have started plenty of shows on time. Thank you. Terry Bass, Kobe, Christy, what's going on? Mike, Thunder MVP, Matt Chris in the house. Real champ, Joe D. Matthew, what's going on? Molly Cruel, Nego in the house. Bills were definitely a letdown yesterday. I don't think they got off the bus. Absurd, good morning. Jay, good morning. Frederick, good morning. Frederick needs a lock badly, so do I. Premium plays barely missing the sweep yesterday, ended up 3-1. Can't say the same for myself. I barely missed the reverse sweep. Luckily, I snuck in a win on the Braves team total yesterday. And let me tell you, it's definitely not laughing matters. That's for sure. It's definitely not laughing matters. That's for sure. Yesterday was definitely a tough day if you were on my personal plays. Last 2 days. But, I mean, we won 9 games, 9 days straight before that without having a losing day. So I get it. We're going to give a couple back. But, boy, you know what's crazy? I had a big letdown on the Bills yesterday. That is the first time I laid money on the Bills all year long. That's a fact. The first time I step out and lay money on the Bills and jump on their 3-0 against the spread bandwagon, or 3-0-1 against spread bandwagon, I get burned. And I burn everybody else in the process. How much money have I made on the Titans, or the Titans on the money line so far this year? I should have just stuck to my guns, stuck to my better judgment. And unfortunately, I didn't. And it cost me a boatload of money. Luckily, if you were on the combo package, you made some of it back up with the premium plays. That is the shining light. That is the blessing in disguise. But nonetheless, we'll give a little money back because we made a hell of a lot on that little run right before that. So we'll let them have that one because we got some back. Right, Mike? Real Champ says premium plays are real nice. I can tell my voice is going out. probably from the 3-hour live shows the last couple of days. My voice is trending in the downward direction. Glockman guess no need for practice. They definitely proved that one right there. You could definitely take them with the 3.5. You can take them at whatever number you want. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. And if you guys expect me to win them all, you're in the wrong place. I got news for you. I ain't your Mega Millions lottery ticket. That is for sure. Antoine, thank you for jumping on board 3 days of the premium plays. Andrew, thanks for renewing your combo package for a week and a week. We always bounce back. That, especially people that have been with me a long time. People know that. Pat, I'm not perfect, right? Right? We're going to get to all that good stuff. We're going to make it a great day today. Chris Kopech must be behind, asking if we're still waiting for Kyle. Somebody tell him to fast forward. Real Champ, the premium play year sale is still going on all week long. Brandon says he loves these long shows. I appreciate that. Oregon Braves money line was not a free play. Braves money line was not a free play today. Joe D asking if there's any game of the weeks coming up. There's potential. There's potential, but I need a couple things to happen before I can have it as a game of the week. Yeah, well, Christy says the Braves aren't winning today. People have been saying that every single day for the last 2 days. Braves not winning today, Buehler's on the mound. Braves not winning today, Kershaw's on the mound. Oh, Kershaw's scratched, so they're definitely not winning today with the strikeout master Gonsolin, who's just been a beast on the mound. Nope, Braves ain't winning today. People keep doubting the Braves. And people going to keep getting burned. That's for sure. Dodgers didn't get hot last night. They had a couple good innings against pitchers that normally wouldn't come in those situations. You think if the Braves would have put their closer in right away, the score would have been as close as it would have? No. No. The only reason the score got the way that it was is because of the pitchers that were put in relief. Because remember, there's no days off. So with a big lead and many runs to spare, Braves staff is able to rest certain players. But by all means, go bet the Dodgers today. By all means, go bet the Dodgers today. Both teams' bats are capable of cracking on any given day, at any given time, in any given inning. Excuse me. That's the great thing about those two teams. That's the great thing about those two teams. And I've been preaching that all along before this series even started. Before this series even started. Before the playoffs even started. We talked about the greatness of both teams late in the games. Braves being the best come-from-behind team in baseball this year. Over 20 wins where they were tied or losing at the start of the 7th inning that they came back and won. Hell, they have only got 36 wins on the season. So if you bet the Braves, you got to be able to stomach the losses. Or not the losses, the fact that you're down most of the time. Jalen Nola says, first time on the show, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, brother. We go live 7 days a week. Cassie Ruffin, what do I think about the Braves team total over? We're going to take a look at that. I rode them yesterday. Matter of fact, I think it was the only thing that I won yesterday besides a swift kick in the nutsack by the bookmakers, with the exception of premium plays. They definitely bailed me out. But if you're on my personal plays, we got kicked in the nutsack yesterday, fellas and ladies. Andre says, it's over for the Dodgers. Braves are rolling. Guys, I said this in the beginning of the, before the postseason even started. The hottest team entering the postseason was the Braves. Not only their bats, but their pitching crew. They showed it against the Marlins. They showed it next up. And now they're showing it again. Excuse me, it's Cincinnati, the Marlins, and now against the Dodgers. The Rays, can't knock them. Rays are playing some of the best small ball there is. But the problem is can the Rays keep up with one of these National League teams if they're hitting well, like the Braves or the Dodgers? That's going to be the story. That's going to be the story. Atlanta Braves are a 2-1 favorite to win their matchup against the Dodgers. Best out of 7. And they're only laying 2-1. They're up 2 games to none. Bookmakers have the Dodgers at a plus 180 to win the series. Bookmakers are giving the Braves no love, even after dominating 2 games. Dominating 2 games. How about that rookie, huh? How about that rookie Braves pitcher? Hot diggity dog. Joe says, the only thing I listen to is classic rock and Cap Nation. Love it. Brandon doesn't think the Dodgers get swept. Very hard to sweep. Very hard to sweep. But you know what? People said the Astros weren't going to get swept because their bats were cracking. They finally woke up. This and that and this and that. And look what's happening. Yeah, Jay Gonzalez. I did send an email back to you asking a couple questions. But I did email you back. Might want to check your email. Dodgers may win 1. I don't know if they're going to come back and win 2. It's hard to beat a team that's hot. Atlanta to win the World Series right now. It's plus 160 at BetOnline. With the Rays coming in at plus 120. Matt says, I want to eat steak tonight. Need a solid bet angle. If betting affects if you could eat a steak every single night, we need to try and fix that, my brother. Steaks every night. Bobby M says, took the Braves the first 2 days. It's no secret I'm taking the Braves today. It's just a matter of how. If you watch the daily free play video, you already know how. Dodgers seem more desperate to win. I didn't see desperation out of the Dodgers yesterday. I saw a ray of hope after they made it close in the 9th. One second, folks. That's sad news. LT, if you're watching, my condolences, my brother. Fresh Escobar, good morning. I love it. I mean, it makes for a great situation. It makes for a great situation for betting when the books are giving one team no love. Atlanta, a plus 169. LA Dodgers minus 184. Absurd said he watched a short video on break every night. I appreciate that. Yeah, Gustavo, I don't think... I don't think they allow New Jersey for some reason. They never told me why, but I know there's a couple people that haven't been able to. Jeff, I do agree. It's definitely a tough spot for him today. Do I think advertisers are cringing at an Atlanta and Tampa Bay World Series? Atlanta maybe not. But the Rays probably. They still have a big fan base, though. Sean, no, we have not. No, we have not. Arturo P says, as a Dodger fan, I'm afraid the Braves will sweep us. Jeff, it's a perfect case to bet the dog. It's a perfect case. Dodgers aren't losing 3 in a row, yada, yada, yada. The Dodgers are too good to lose 3 in a row. I got news for you. The Dodgers manager is capable to lose 3 in a row. Have we seen the Dodgers lose 3 in a row? Absolutely we have. Have we seen the Dodgers lose 4 in a row? We absolutely have. Now, postseason play, a whole different ball game. Guys, you don't get to go with your 5-man rotation. Rotations are slimmed down. Until the World Series, there is no days off. So with the no days off, it definitely affects, obviously, Buehler being the best starting pitcher on the Dodgers staff. If they're going to use him, it's going to be in Game 4, and that's going to be on 2 days rest. Two days rest, meaning he had Game 2 and Game 3 off, because remember, from Game 1 to Game 7, if there is a Game 7, is back to back to back to back to back to back. No rest. No rest. As far as the Astros and the Rays go, we'll take a look at that one. But again, it's no secret. I am backing Atlanta here again on the run line. Mike says it's been 410 days since the Dodgers lost 3 in a row. We've seen it. We've seen it. It has happened. It doesn't happen very often. But the Dodgers have lost 3 in a row. And this ain't any postseason. This is not any regular season. This season is completely different. And especially in the postseason play. And the fact that everybody knows the Dodgers don't generally donk off 3 games in a row. All that money will be pouring in on the Dodgers. All that money be pouring in on the Dodgers. Jay Hughes says, just like when Brady never lost a Thursday Night Football and got rolled a couple weeks ago, right? Mike says the Astros plus 3,000 to win the World Series. That's huge. I'd have to say that's huge, but not for the spot that they're in. They have to come back and win 4 straight games. And then the Astros would have to go back, and then they'd have to face either the Dodgers or the Braves. Are you going to go show the ticket that you took the Rays? I didn't take the Rays. So you want me to show you a ticket that I took the Rays? So knowing that the money just keeps pouring in on the Dodgers, and that's the way that it's going to go, I bet that run line gets even sweeter with even more plus money before this game starts at 6:05 Eastern Time. So I don't know how I'd show a ticket on the Rays when I never bet them. I didn't give them out. Mike Smith says the Astros prop bet to win the World Series is the same as lighting your money on fire. So here's a fact. When I went to bed yesterday, starting pitchers weren't announced yet or made official for the Rays and the Astros. But I mean, it's a given that they're going to use Greinke, which when I woke up at 4 this morning was the case. So people text me, what's my opinion? What's my opinion? Don, I want to use a little Q-tips there. He said Braves. Braves with a B. B-R-A-V-E-S. Braves. You know, Atlanta? You know, the same one that's in our daily free play video? But thank you for tuning in. Brandon says if the Braves run line continues to get more plus money, I'd have to ride them again. I'd ride them even if they were the favorite, especially with this pitching matchup. No offense, in my opinion, bookmakers are absolutely insane. And we see it from time to time. Lines are completely mismatched. Bookmakers are going to clean up tonight. They're going to make the Dodgers a minus 180 favorite, which they're 184 now. That line will probably get pushed to 200. Everybody in the run line will probably be pushed to 145. Everybody and their mother, their second cousin, and their aunties and their TTs are going to go out there and they're all going to hammer They're going to go out there and they're going to hammer the Dodgers. And then, man, when it's all said and done, they're going to be shaking their heads, going, man, I didn't think that they could lose 3 in a row. Appreciate that, Jeff. You know me. I have no problem showing a ticket. I think I've shown enough over the time where we show how real we are. But again, I have no problem showing a ticket. Now, if it makes somebody fade or follow a free play, well, then too bad. But if it's to help out a customer that might be on the swing to know if they want to roll with somebody that's real or not, then absolutely. But I can tell you there's no Don Feaster in our database, that's for sure. Troy Brown, is the Dodgers money line a bad play tonight? Is that what you're saying? Well, I'm not taking it. If it's a bad play or not will be determined at the outcome. Me personally, I think the pitching matchup still favors the Braves, just like it's favored them in all 3 games. Now, if you're going to simply go off of pitching experience and who's been out there as many times, then yeah, give a little extra experience to the Julio of the Dodgers. But if you're going to go with who's hot and who's not, you got to love those ERA numbers, right? You got to love those ERA numbers. The kid has given up more than four runs once in the entire month of August and October. August, September, and October. And he's given up 5 or more runs twice this entire year. Being put in a couple bad spots. Mike, if today is day 8, technically you would expire. If today is day 7, then you would obviously always get them. But if you're down, we'll take care of you. Jay Gonzalez, nobody else can re-forward you my email. I can't after the live show. I can try and resend it again, but I did send it yesterday because I asked you specific questions like, did you use the bonus code? Did you use the link? Was your account already existing or new? I asked you all of those things before or when I sent it out. But I'll be more than happy to resend it when I get off the live show. But no, calling the 888 number, they can't access my email. But I can see I replied to your email at 11:50 a.m. But I'll be more than happy to resend it when I get off the live show. Mr. Bayer says the postseason is a different beast. That I do agree. Jay Gonzalez, is your account new or existing? So as far as this one goes with Kyle Wright on the mound, I love the spot that Wright's coming in. Levi, did the bottom of the 9th wake up the Dodgers bats? Well, pitching against they're not their best reliever or closer. And that situation definitely helped. Did their bats come alive? Well, they're still going to have to hit Kyle Wright today. Kyle Wright in his last outing on the 8th gave up 3 hits in 6 innings, no runs, walked 2, gave up 7 or had 7 strikeouts as well. Jay, did you use the link either on our website or Twitter? Joe D, let them look at overall numbers. And even his overall numbers, they're really not that bad. Kyle Wright's overall numbers are really not that bad. When you take a look at it all, he's had what? A couple bad outings. He sure as hell had a lot more quality outings than he has bad outings. And as Arturo says, they came alive late in the game. Derek says, never bought a package in my 3 years of capping games. Might make my first purchase with Capper's best value package. The best value, the way you get the best value, and I'll sum this up really quickly, that way we can get into the breakdowns, or the rest of the breakdowns. The best value, the longer the package, the lower the price, the better the value. Not everybody can go out there and just buy like for instance, any premium play membership that includes premium plays, that's for 1 year, is being doubled right now. Buy a year, get a year free. Obviously, not everybody can go out there and buy a year package, especially if they've never been with us before and they don't know what we're about. Completely understand that. But that's the best value. After that, it would have to be some of the big sales that we have. The combo package, that's up there as a killer deal. 3 days, $99. Obviously, your cost per day is a little higher. A lot higher than if you were buying the combo package or one of the other packages. But the best bet is logging on, finding out what fits your bankroll and your budget, because there's packages for everybody. You know, obviously, the bigger the package, the cheaper the price overall. That's the name of the game in any business, is cutting expenses. So you just got to figure out which one works best for you, and we'll be more than happy to help you out along the way as well. Real Champ says, Kershaw following tradition. Definitely. You know, they're going to probably have to try and use them along the way. If they win a game today, they'll stretch it out till at least game 5 to use Kershaw. I'm sure Buehler is starting game 4 regardless. Nathan, this is Katie, Nate's girlfriend. He went to the bathroom and left his phone. Can you tell him to stop betting? LOL. He keeps buying new toys all the time, or at least tell him I'd like new boots. We could tell him that you'd like new boots with the money that he's making betting. That is for sure. We will definitely do that. That might be one of the funniest comments. Can you say busted? Mike Zeef says the 1 year sale of 1 year premium plays for $2,000 for 1 year, is that one that is one of the ones that get buy one get one free, but that's not the one that includes my personal plays. The one that includes my personal plays is the very bottom combo package. That's a year of and it's the most expensive one, and it is expensive. A year of premium, a year of my personal plays, guaranteed Saturday, and my game of the weeks all included. And that, you know, as long as it's a year package, they're all doubled up. I think there's 3 or 4 different year packages on there, which include just premium plays or premium plays and guaranteed Saturday plays, or vice versa. There's a couple different packages. I think 3 on there. That's a year, and they're all on the double up sale. Jay Gonzalez says, my ladies that keep buying shit, they made us money. Absolutely. You know, that's one thing you guys got to remember. When you make money and you're in the green, you can't take it with you when you're gone. And you know the missus and the missuses out there, or the husbands for the ladies that are betting the sports, deserve something nice. So make sure you take care of them with some of your winnings. Arturo, I have never done a book-to-book transfer. I have never done a book-to-book transfer. Nathan, now you know why you need to buy your girlfriend some new boots. Jeff says our kids will take it, though. Yes. Yes, they will. That's why you got to buy something nice for yourself and the family. Don't mess with Kyle when he's drinking coffee, right? There you go. Jay Gonzalez. LT, my condolences to you and your family. And I will give you a call, brother, when we get off the text. Sly, good morning. And again, LT, my thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. Now, so that way we can finish the Braves and the Dodgers wrap up, or the Dodgers and the Braves, since they're switching sides of the field today. And I believe it was Joe D that posted in the comment section, everybody going off Kyle Wright's numbers for the entire season, not what he's done recently. Not what this kid has done recently. Against the Marlins on the 8th of this month, 3 hits over 6 complete innings, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, no runs. On the 25th of last month against Boston, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits in 6 2/3 innings, 1 home run. Against the Mets, back on the 20th of September, went 6 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. He had 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. This kid has been a pitching machine the month of September and into October so far. Against the Nationals, he did get beat up, got roughed up a little. Gave up 4 runs on 8 hits. 1 home run. The Braves still won that game. And they still got Kyle Wright the win, with the big runs coming in the 6th inning for him. Perfect rotation. No, sir, you did not. No, sir, you did not. We've had a little breakdown right into the Dodgers and the Braves and a little barbershop back and forth. Love seeing the chat. Prayers for LT. Very nice. Very nice. Cap Nation's family, no doubt about it, Mr. Bayer. But as far as this one goes, it's no secret. I'm already on the Braves. Put it on the daily free play video last night. If it ain't broke, I ain't fixing it. If it's not broke, I'm not fixing it. I love the fact where the line is right now. And I'll put it up on the board, even though I gave it out already in the daily free play video. We'll put it up there. Thunder MVP says, spam up the like button. We definitely appreciate it when you do hit the thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it when you do. Now the Vibe Interactive free play board. Need to get set up because it still has yesterday's information on it. But look at that. All we got to do is change the juice and change the date at the top of the page. From a -140 yesterday to up 2 games to none with Kyle Wright, who I actually think is a much better pitcher than Julio and performing better than Julio in the moment. And you're going to give me plus money on getting a run? I think I'll take it all day long, every day. However, I'm going to monitor the line. If I start seeing the money line for the Dodgers come down, I'm going to hammer it so that way I still get plus money. However, if I see that money line go up from 184 to 190 or 195 or 199 or 210, whatever the case may be, I'm going to kick back. I'm going to watch it, and I'll watch that number jump. Hopefully, that's the plan. Hopefully. Hopefully that will be the plan. I expect the public to be all over the Dodgers. No way that they lose 3 in a row mentality. No way the Dodgers, being as good as they are in baseball, could ever lose 3 in a row. Because as somebody said, I believe it was Jay Hugh, because Tom Brady's never lost a Thursday night football game, right? It is sports betting. Anything can happen. But the fact that you're going to give me plus money and you're going to give me 1.5 runs. Brandon, do I ever spit a unit on the money line or run line? Well, I am on the run line. Or you mean split it? Split up between the run line and the money line. I have, but I'm in this to make a profit. And if the Braves were to lose by 1, obviously you lose the money line, you win the run line. With it being plus money, you'd get a little bit back. So let's just say you bet $100 on it, and you split it up between the two, and you lost the money line, you won the run line. You'd have $2.50 profit to your name. I'm not in this to risk $100 to make $250 or $1,000 to make $250 or to make $25. Excuse me. So I take this with the risk versus reward. Take it with the risk versus reward. In hopes that if the Braves don't win, which honestly, I think the Braves win Game 3. I think the Braves win Game 3. Thank you, Jalen. I'll get that screen fixed. I appreciate that. I think the Braves win Game 3. However, to me, the safe play is the run line. Yeah, the money line, the plus money is not as high as the money line is. Plus 105 compared to 165. Or excuse me, 169. But I'll take that plus 1.5. In hopes that if the Braves do lose, they lose by 1. Obviously, they can't lose by 1 or less, because that would be impossible. But honestly, I don't think we'll need it. I think the Braves end up winning outright, but I'm going to play it on the safe side. I'm going to play it on the safe side, and I'm going to take them plus 1.5. I think it's where the value is at. Mike, thank you for jumping back on board the combo package. Make sure that you get continued uninterrupted service. Much appreciated. Nick wants to know, what can you buy with $2.50 in 2020? A single gallon of gas, depending on where you are, that might not even get you a third of a gallon. Christopher Bayer says a double cheeseburger. Nick says 10 minutes worth of air. Neverez, are we still going to go with KBO? As long as the situation arises. We haven't stopped. We've still been, if you guys remember, we had that little losing streak with system plays, and most of them consisted of international. And KBO had about a month and a half where they went to 2-game stretches to make up a lot of those missed games where they were playing 2 games on, 2 games off, 2 games on, 2 games off. So KBO switched, and then between Japanese baseball and KBO, got a little unpredictable. We don't like unpredictable when it comes to system plays. So rather than feel like we would just be throwing darts at the board with unpredictability, we stopped putting them out. However, we are monitoring them, and we almost put some out the other day. Brad, your book is playing double money for the plus 1.5. That's a good, nice book. That's a very nice book. That is a very nice book. I like it. Gabriel says bagel with cream cheese, bacon, and jelly. All on like the bagel? You put cream cheese, bacon, and jelly on the bagel? I don't know about that one. But it does sound kind of interesting, though. I love me a good bagel and cream cheese. Nathan says the boots are ordered. Now leave me alone. Right? Good on you, Nathan. Mine's probably watching, and I'm going to have to buy something now. Mike Smith says, Brad, that means he's getting hammered with Dodger bets. And, you know, for obvious reasons. I mean, guys, I don't want to knock the Dodgers and just walk right into a trap. I'm simply betting the Braves. One, I honestly feel the pitching matchup favors the Braves. Okay? Especially in this spot. Down 2-0. Who's the pressure on? Rodney, where's a good place to bet your bets? Bet online, and I'll be more than happy to discuss that with you as soon as we get off the live show. After I send out today's games, I'll definitely help hook you up there. Arturo P, does your book show the live scores? Bet online does. Believe it or not, Bet online's updates before ESPN. Chris Kopech says, it's awesome, Kyle, with some jalapeno jelly or some sort of spicy jelly. It's awesome. Okay, I can see that. I can see that being interesting. Brandon, breakfast enchiladas here. Potato, egg, chorizo, cheese. Oh, man. Lord, you're killing me. You know, I never thought about making chorizo and egg with enchilada sauce. Ruben wants some lox to go with his bagel and cream cheese. Now you sound like my grandmother on my mother's side. Henry says, I love plus money. I do too. And I'm not knocking the Dodgers. The Dodgers may end up beating us today, and they may take not only a game, but a bet away from us. Brad, hold that thought. After I spit this out, I'll tell you guys my breakfast of choice. Because a fat man does have to eat. The Dodgers may steal one back from us, and it may come today. Definitely not knocking the Dodgers or what they're capable of. Both of these teams, again, these are two of the three teams in the entire Major League Baseball where I won't touch no run in the first. For obvious reasons, any one of these players on any team, on any of these two teams, are capable to hit one over. These two teams are two of the best hitting teams in baseball. Not only the long ball, but just moving the ball around. Moving base runners around the base and getting them to home plate. The Dodgers may get it done today. I don't think that they do. I think the pitching matchup definitely favors Kyle Wright. He's trending in the right direction. You take a look at what he's done recently, not back in July or August, but what he's done in the month of September and October. And he's on fire. Now, obviously, Julio went out and faced the Padres for 5 innings, and he shut them down. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run. He had 1 walk and 6 strikeouts before that against the Brewers. He went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs. Against Oakland, gave up 1 run on 2 hits and 5 innings. He has been a lockdown pitcher, no doubt about it. He had a tough outing against Colorado back in September. With the exception of that, he's done exceptionally well. Now, he faced the Braves last August, and he shut them down in 3 innings, gave up 1 hit. Jeff says if they win, it's with Kershaw, in my opinion, plus 165. I'll take my chances every time. This hasn't been competitive. Dodgers did all they could last night, and still they took the loss. The Dodgers did. And put it this way, the Dodgers did it late in the game, and it wasn't with the Braves closer, where if it was a close game, the Braves closer would have came in. Those pitching matchups would have definitely been favored a lot tighter by the Braves coaching staff. Now, Julio has fared well against the Braves. He blanked him in May of last year. He came in middle relief for an inning. Both pitchers have been pitching fantastic. The thing with Julio is, and I told you guys this in the beginning of the postseason, the Dodgers bullpen is what has always scared me with the Dodgers. Now, if you could get Buehler or Kershaw to go out there for 8 or 9 innings and they get the run support and it's not a close game, then by all means, I have loved the Dodgers all year long. It's when they start going to that bullpen and they get in trouble, or they're in a bad spot and they go to the bullpen, where they seem to let things get out of control. Trust me, I don't think there's anybody out there that picked the Dodgers in the right spots than us. We timed the Dodgers right so many times this year. And a lot of times we laid off them. Hell, we faded them quite a few times. And we were successful there as well. Chuck says, hi, scary, but won the Braves. Nothing was scary about that one. If you thought the 9th inning was scary, the Braves just needed to put in their closer, get the job done. Ooh, Greg says I'm going with green chili draped over eggs with papas, beans, and tortillas. Now, only if that's New Mexico hatch green chilies. Now we're talking. Yeah, Mike. Brutal on those Bills. Bills didn't show up yesterday. Mr. Bayer dropping the knowledge right there. When you're up by 5, you throw the back of the bullpen in. It's exactly what they did. If the Dodgers were going to have a chance to make it even look good, it was going to be against the pitchers that came in relief for Atlanta yesterday. Alex, Foot's doing great. Foot's doing great. I'm hoping to get on the Peloton today. Start riding again. As far as because obviously it's on the board, and I ain't rolling away from it. Atlanta Braves plus money. As far as the total goes, again, I lean towards the under, but I can't bet it. I can't bet an under on these two teams. Under 9.5. I lean, but I won't bet it. As you guys see, in a matter of an inning or two, either one of these teams can push the game from staying under to skyrocket it way over. To me, the unpredictability, Dodgers are definitely going to come in swinging desperate. So as far as the total goes, I lean towards the under, but again, leans, it's exactly what they are. It's just what I'm leaning towards. The Scott says Braves are going to want to end this tonight. The problem is they can't end this tonight. Obviously, 7-game series. They got to win one more. But yes, if they win tonight, the likelihood of the Dodgers coming back and winning 4 straight would definitely be probably a postseason best. All right, so Ben, I don't know what you're asking. You said Clayton Kershaw from the Dodgers versus Max Scherzer from the Nationals. Are you wanting to know who I would take? As far as what I'm betting on this one, I'm betting the run line on the Braves. That's it. Now, as far as Neverez saying green chili season is here in New Mexico, yes, absolutely. We love our green chilies from New Mexico. That's for sure. Now, as far as what my breakfast choice is, might throw you guys all a little curveball. Obviously, this figure didn't get where it's getting eaten. Oatmeal and grain bars. Or bananas and something healthy. That's for sure. Brandon's waiting on my breakfast of choice. My breakfast of choice. Eggs over medium. Potatoes. They got to be seasoned right. I can deal with bacon, but bacon's not my favorite. My favorite is linguiça, Portuguese sausage, the spicy kind. As well as a nice toasted bagel with a lot of cream cheese. Because I'm telling you, this figure didn't get to where it was by eating Nutri-Grain bars or Special K. Brian O'Neill says 6 egg white, bacon, and hot sauce in a wrap. It probably sounds pretty good. Sabino says Astros raise under a half a run in the first inning. Nigo says, I thought you were vegan. Yeah, this body's definitely a vegan. Did we already, Klein asked, did we already discuss college football? No, sir. We're getting there. Scott says, I would eat that. Arturo says it is big boy season. That it is. Reading the comments. Terry Bass says, who wants a 6-pack when you can have a keg, right? Bacon and jelly. I'm going to have to try that. Bo King, what's going on? Alex Roscoe's. I don't know about the chicken for breakfast, though. Alex, I will tell you guys my very first ever Roscoe's story. So, growing up, my favorite thing to eat, and probably still to this day, my second favorite would be a Belgian waffle. With strawberries and whipped cream, the whole works. That was probably my favorite thing growing up as a kid. So I think I'm probably 18 years old. And we go down to the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. For everybody that doesn't know, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, if you ever want chicken and waffles combo, is absolutely fantastic. It is absolutely delicious. Now, as far as being, a white kid growing up in the suburbs of Santa Clarita, my experience with Belgian waffles was unheard of. I mean, it was just plentiful, is what I mean. Throw in the fried chicken on top of the waffles. I have never experienced anything like it at the time. So, I'm 18 years old. We went to some 18 and over nightclub down in Hollywood. I forget the name of it. It'll probably come back to me one of these days. And, we're dancing the night away, drinking our non-alcoholic drinks, having a great time. And somebody says, man, I'm hungry. We need to go to Roscoe's. Well, oh, what's Roscoe's? I said, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. I'm like, oh, well, I like chicken. Love me some chicken. But it wasn't the chicken that got me. It was the waffles. Because me, I go for a Belgian waffle with strawberries and whipped cream any time of the day. Especially at 3 o'clock in the morning. Or 2 o'clock in the morning. Whenever the case may be. So we roll up, and it's on Gower Street. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Hollywood area. They're all over LA now. They're usually, before the Hollywood, I think they only had 3 locations at the time, and they weren't in the best of neighborhoods. At least not to what, I'm used to, growing up in the suburbs. Me just going to Hollywood was absolutely insane from where I grew up. Whole different ball game, let me tell you. Whole different ball game. So we wait outside, and there's a lot of people, and it's like 6 of us white kids. Look like we're probably not old enough to be out at 2 o'clock in the morning. And we wait like an hour in line. We wait for an hour to get seated. We finally get seated. And I remember the waitress. I remember it clear as today. I ordered me whatever combo it was, and I asked for strawberries and whipped cream on my waffle. Let me tell you, when you go to Roscoe's, you don't ask for strawberries and whipped cream. This lady, she was polite, but she told me that if I wanted strawberries and whipped cream, I needed to kindly get my ass out of the seat and leave and don't come back. And Denny's is around the corner. I said, oh, okay. Take it how you bring it. Let me tell you, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles was absolutely insane. And now I am hooked. It is one of my favorite meals that is out there. But for breakfast, I don't know about it for breakfast. But I will tell you, I have had it for breakfast at the Aria because they serve it in the cafe there in the Aria. And it's done me well in the Aria. The Aria does have a good chicken and waffles, but it's more like a chicken strip. It's not actual. But their fried chicken is really, really, really good at the Aria. Sly, you're killing me. I did have hair back then. It was, parted in the middle, the surfer do. Nigo. You're killing me. Take it how you bring it. Oh, yeah, that lady was getting ready to 86 me from the joint, but I want you to know I did leave with a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle t-shirt back then. Definitely been to the Wicked Spoon at the Cosmo. As far as the Aria Cafe goes, pretty good food. But yeah, that was my first ever chicken and waffles experience. Story time for the day right there. Yesterday it was grandma getting a naked man running in a room. Today it's chicken and waffles. Now it's on to the next breakdown. But Alex, I am jealous that you do get to have Roscoe's in your backyard. The high top fade. No, I actually had the full long hair, like down past my ears, parted in the middle, the surfer do. You know, you could go like this when you get out of the water. You know, grew up surfing, going to the beach. Scott says the breakfast talk has to be killing the guys that are here just for the free pick. No doubt about it. These guys are like, man, can you just shut up about breakfast and get on with the breakdown? I want to know who's going to win. Are you taking Coastal Carolina plus the points, or are you taking the Raging Cajuns and laying the points again? Yeah, I know. They want to get to that. But, hey, fat man's got to eat, right? And all I did was make myself hungry. All I did was make myself hungry. Now all I want to know is what am I going to Uber eat for breakfast? Nigo, nowhere near was it a mullet. I mean, that sucker was down to here. I don't think I've ever had hair past my hairline back there on my neck. What's the chicken and waffle spot near New York? Go, the hash, or whatever it's called. I think that's the place that my wife likes, but I actually, believe it or not, have never eaten there. It's very popular, though. Brandon says, laugh my ass off, let's talk lunch. Chris says that chicken and waffle story is awesome. It wasn't awesome when I was sitting there, let me tell you. Mr. Chahay, did I really like Guaranteed Saturday this Saturday? I absolutely loved what we put out last Saturday. Do I like what we're going to have this next Saturday? I absolutely do. Andre says, y'all got me in the kitchen whipping up something with all this food talk. Yeah, Ruben says, hash, a go. Waffle House in Arizona. Yeah, the Waffle House. They actually have, believe it or not, the Waffle House actually has decent food. They actually have decent breakfast. The Fabio. Good old Fabio. I just had the typical California surfer do look back in the day. And at 18, it probably could have even had a little bleach in it, or, you know, a little blonde highlights. You never know back in the day, growing up in Southern California. Nigo says, listen, a hungry Kyle ain't going to give us picks. Actually, a hungry Kyle might get you picks faster because that means my fat ass has to get off the live show. And Nate Clinton says, shout out from the Philippines. Welcome. Jay Hugh also tuning in from the Philippines. Ruben, the Grand Lux Cafe at the Bellagio is good as well. It's good as well. Nick says, let the man express himself through food for 15 minutes. Scott says you can't get this content on SBR. The only thing you can get on SBR is being told to take Coastal Carolina and then to take the Raging Cajuns. I'd look like Jack Black. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Kyle looked like AC Slater. You guys are cracking me up. I experimented with dreadlocks. Cannot confirm nor deny. No, there was never any dreadlocks. Hair was never that long. And was recruited by USC. You guys are cracking me up. You guys, yeah, plus the over and the under, as Mr. Bayer says, what you'll find over there. That's for sure. That's for sure. You know, one thing that you will always get here, even in the hustle and the bustle of the non-seriousness and the joking and the fun aside, you will get seriousness. You will get to the bottom of the plays. And you will get those real breakdowns with real information by real people. Not getting paid $25 a video to tell you to take everything in the world and pray to the holy God that you win. Stay tuned for the collaboration. All right, so now that we got the Braves up on the board right there, so everybody can see, well, no, it's over here. One day we'll have that barbershop pole really hanging, all right? If I made you dizzy by flashing the free play board, I do apologize, but I don't. All right, so the Astros and the Rays, Game 4. Game 4. How do we even talk about Game 4? The Astros have let us down for 3 games. However, we have won some money on the Astros. It wasn't last night. Wasn't the night before. It was in Game 1 when the Astros lost 2-1 in a close game. Brad Kyle Don will ask you to see your Rays ticket, right? And I don't even have $1 on the Rays. I don't even have $1 on the Rays. Perfect Rotation says I have real tears in my eyes. I almost do as well. I'm very close. I'm trying to hold my composure. We took the Astros in Game 3 plus 1.5. It was a premium play. It was the only one that we lost yesterday. Of all the premium plays we put out, the Astros plus 1.5 was the only one that we lost yesterday. I don't know what to do with this Astros team. Oh, breaking news. Broncos running back was ticketed not only for speeding Tuesday, but cited for DUI. Melvin Gordon cited for DUI and speeding. As far as the Astros go, they're down 3 games to none. And they're finally going to use Zach Greinke. Now, Jose pitched flawless for the Astros yesterday through 4 innings. Actually, through 5 innings, excuse me. It was the beginning of the 6th where he should have came out. He should have never went in for the 6th inning. Every time he does, he gets tagged in the 6th or the 7th. Jose was he is a great pitcher when he's on his game for 4 or 5 innings. Jay Gonzalez says, this show we talk about everything, though. Absolutely. Yesterday, Grandma Streaker stories to today, Roscoe's experience. Jose did all he can do, and they kept him in and they paid the price for it. Do I think Bell goes to the Broncos? No. I think Bell will go to a competitive team. I think Bell, being a free agent, will go to a competitive team. He's going to go to a team that will have a chance. Oh, Lordy, if he gets picked up by a team like Titans. Imagine putting him in there with Henry. Mr. Bear says you get the WAP at SBR. That's funny. Whack-ass picks. There was a little bit of the WAP going on at the wedding on last Saturday. Sly, do I think the field is bugged for wires, so that's why the Astros are losing? No. No, I don't. The Astros just got outplayed in a couple innings. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Andre says, I'm a Niner fan, can see him going to the Seahawks. How many times do you see Seattle make a big move in the middle of the season? Often. Patriots, I could see. Help that run game a little. Henry and Bell would be a crazy, insane combo. Even if Bell was just used when Henry was out or used as a distraction, can you imagine having to plan for both, lining up on each side of the quarterback? That would be insane. The type of plays that they could plan for there. Raymond says he'll go to my Colts. I doubt that. I don't think that he signs. I think he learned his lesson signing with a subpar team. He signed with the Jets. He held out for all that big money. He didn't get it. He ended up signing with the Jets. And look what happened. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to Pittsburgh. I would not be surprised to see him go back to Pittsburgh. I know the love-hate relationship there. I wouldn't be surprised for them to make the situation right. Kansas City, most definitely. Any competitive team, I think, is a viable option at this point. Any competitive team is a viable option at this point. Okay? That's, in my opinion. Superstar Sports Video says Chargers need him the most. But the Chargers aren't going anywhere. Chargers may need him the most. But Bell needs a quality team. Oh dear Lord, send him to the Bucks. Oh dear Lord, send him to the Bucks. If through week 5 you do not have a winning record, I'm sorry, but I don't see Bell going anywhere. Send him to the Bills. Anybody with a winning record, I could see him going to. If they've got a playoff chance and a deep run, I could see him going. Cardinals, I would doubt it. I would doubt it. Patriots, maybe. Steelers, Baltimore, Cleveland. I know the Colts still have a winning record. I know the Colts still have a winning record. You guys need a quarterback or how to protect one. The Chiefs, the Raiders. I can see the Raiders trying to make a move, a big move, after beating the Chiefs. See, the thing is, Max, the Patriots are not paying. The Patriots take those players that nobody else wants. That's a problem. Now, granted, the Jets releasing Le'Veon Bell, I don't know if that's a Bell thing or an Adam Gase issue. Probably an Adam Gase issue on why he can't figure out how to take one of the running backs that was the most prolific backs for a couple of years, who held out a year, took a year off. Now, maybe that year off just really plagued Bell. Maybe that year off just kept him from being able to do anything at his time in New York. Or it was the fact that he actually played in New York and who he played for. Because, I get it. I know I'm a Sam Darnold fan. But if you take Sam Darnold and you put him on any team that's got a receiving core and a front line that can protect him, that big slanky kid is going to absolutely ball out. And if you get an offensive line that can get a push, a half-decent running back will be able to do damage. I would not be surprised to see the Raiders try to make a pull. I mean, who do the Raiders have? They've got Josh Jacobs. What happens if he goes down? I mean, he's their leading rusher with 377 yards on 106 attempts. He's averaging 75 a game. Hasn't had that big long run yet. This is the guy that's going to get you 3-4 yards at a maximum. I think 16 yards is his biggest run. He's got 15 receptions from the backfield. He's got 108 receiving yards. Lines up to Bell. Derek Carr needs a playmaker. Now, why not the Vikings? Why not the Vikings? Well, because they're 1-4. I think Bell learned his lesson. I think Bell learned his lesson on going to a shitty team. Yosemite says, I'm a Raider fan. I don't want Bell. Regardless of who he is as an individual, even if he's used as a distraction, as a second back in the backfield, Ronald Brown, thank you, I appreciate that. He's a pickup for any team out there. Even the Titans, who are stacked with Henry, and still do all right when Henry's on the sidelines. Even if used as a distraction or another avenue to catch a check down pass, Bell is a viable option, and I'm sure at some point today we will hear. Some point today we will hear where Bell is going. Now, unless there's pending legal action that we don't know about, maybe something happened behind the scenes and he's in legal trouble, which I doubt. Other than that, Bell's going to go to I'd be shocked if I had to eat my words and say Bell's not going to a contending team. He's going to make a very good team even better. So we'll see where he ends up. Now, back to the Rays. And I don't even know how we got off the subject. The Rays and the Astros we were talking about. Somehow we started talking about Le'Veon Bell. It's the best part about the show. As far as the Rays and the Astros go, Tyler Glasnow on the mound, he's been pretty good. Came in for 2 1/3 innings in his game against the Yankees 5 days ago. They ended up getting that 2-1 win. Seeing him come in for 5 or 6 innings, if he pitches a gem, maybe 7. But the way that the Rays bullpen is structured, I could see him coming in for 5 and then them using the bullpen like the cleanup hitter, because there's no bullpen better than the Rays in baseball this year. Yeah, Alex, we were just talking about the DUI by Melvin Gordon and the speeding ticket as well. His last outing where he actually pitched enough innings to be considered for a win, which is 5, the minimum, was against the Yankees on October 6th. He pitched on short days, on short rest from 6th to the 9th. He pitched 5 complete innings. They got 3 hits on him, but they put in 4 runs. He had 3 walks. Walks have been an issue for Glasnow. I'd like to say that if Tyler Glasnow walks the Astros today, the Astros will be able to do some damage. But that's just not the case. The better question is, how many runners are the Astros going to leave on? Again yesterday, 2 runs in the game. What did they have? Well, let's take a look at what Tampa Bay walked yesterday. They walked 4 batters. The Astros also had 7 hits, so they had 11 base runners reach at least first base over 9 innings. They got 2 runs. Time and time again, no outs, runner on first and second, runner on scoring position, no outs, 1 out, 2 outs, 3 outs. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2 out, 3 out. How many times did the Astros leave runners on base in the last 3 games? Way too many to count. I mean, we could count them all. We all know they had 10 hits and 3 walks in game 2. They had 9 hits and 4 walks in game 1. 13, 13, and 11. 37. 37. They've had 37 base runners reach first base through 3 games. And what do we got for the Astros to show for it? 5 runs? Let that sink in. 37 Astros have touched first base safe via a hit or a walk. Some have advanced to second, some have advanced to third. And some of those runs were from a solo home run. So when you take out the home runs, for the Astros, 4 of their 5 runs have come from home run. So if we got 37, take off the 4, 33 base runners have reached first base. Without a home run, they have 1 run to show for it. 33 over 27 innings played. Absolutely pathetic. As far as this one today, Greinke on the mound. Must-win situation for the Astros. They have faced Glasnow in the past. That they have. October of last year, they roughed him up. They faced him twice in October of last year on the 4th and the 10th. The 4th, he came in for 4 1/3 innings. He had 3 walks. He walked a lot of Astros, but then again, the Astros were cheating. He had 5 strikeouts, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 home run, but it was a second outing where they blasted him. 4 runs on 5 hits in 2 2/3 innings. But Glasnow has got the best of him earlier in his career. They've seen him multiple times. They know what to expect. Scouting report, yada, 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 yada. The whole works. The question is, what are we going to get out of Greinke? Is he going to be sitting up there signaling the fastball coming? And his fastball ain't very much. Sorry, I'm killing myself here. He got tagged against Oakland. But it didn't matter. The Astros put up 11. Ended up getting the big win. Astros ended up getting the big win in that game. Greinke, I think, feeds off of the fans tonight. If you guys have ever met Zach Greinke, he's a very unique individual. I think he's actually borderline autistic, if I'm not mistaken. I'm almost positive that came out. His personality, his game day routine, his demeanor is very unique. But then again, most starting pitchers are unique individuals. As far as Zach goes, he's definitely somebody that feeds off of the crowd. He's even said it, that it sucks playing with no fans. He has said it time and time again that his motivation level throughout the season was low or lacking because there's no fans. He feeds off the energy of the fans. Well, there's fans there. There are fans in the stands. I've even talked to my wife about somehow flying to Arlington to see a Braves and Dodgers game before they sweep the Dodgers. Ronald Brown says, I like the 3-day premium. It ends today. I'm definitely on it again. I need to get on a big package and stop BSing myself. Here's the thing, guys. When it comes to packages, you can pay 3 days for $99. The company that I work for will never complain. You're paying on average $33 a day. If you buy a long-term package, one of the year packages, especially when it's on sale and they double it for a 2-year, you're paying dollars a day, like $3 a day. I know not everybody can, but if it's something that you're able to do, you should do it. The fact that your cost of plays is way down. Neverez, I didn't see what the ticket costs were, but I'm sure they're not cheap. Daniel says if she doesn't want to go, I'll take her place. It's funny. We've been so busy with my son's wedding this last Saturday and getting everything ready, and then 2 weeks before that, the bridal shower at our house. And you guys remember my wife was in the hospital with surgery a month before that, so it was like, how do we get everything ready? We have the new home, wife hurt from surgery, all of that crazy stuff. But we got it done. And I'm like, oh, honey, if we can get a babysitter, we go to fly to Texas and we go to a Dodger and Braves playoff game. She's like, well, if we can get a babysitter, she's like, I'm going to go sleep for 2 days. And I'm like, all right, you go sleep. I'm going to Arlington. That won't work. Arturo says your feelings would have gotten hurt. I hear you there being a Dodger fan. I know your feelings would get hurt. You best not even watch tonight because it's gonna get even more sour. And if you guys don't think I'm taking jabs at my family, I'm a lifelong Braves fan. And guys, first of all, I don't bet with my heart. I bet where the money's supposed to go. And I'll never bet with my heart. It don't matter if it's USC Trojans, Atlanta Braves, LA Kings. I don't bet with my heart. I bet where, I'm betting with money, so I want to have the best opportunity to win. But growing up as a kid, diehard Braves fan, David Justice was my idol growing up. Probably not the best idol. Should have been Greg Maddux or Steve Avery. I grew up in Southern California, a suburb just a little north of Los Angeles. My mom, my cousins, my uncle, everybody in my mom's side of the family, diehard Dodger fans. My grandfather from my dad's side is from the Bay Area, Oakland A's fan. Lives in the Bay Area or lived in the Bay Area. So I'd be the only one sitting on the couch with my rally cap and my red tomahawk, and we're doing the chop. And man, we just always got our ass kicked by the Dodgers. My cousins always let me know it. Now I know, can't count the Dodgers out. Jonathan, what's going on? Can't count the Dodgers out. They're only down 2 games. But man, if you don't think that I'm taking shots at family right now? Oh, man, I definitely am. Nick says here's the idol is J.R. Smith. And no, not the murderer, Steve Avery, the baseball player. Rich Pena, how much is the premium play for the year from the restart package, big premium personal combo? Let me see what they have on the website as far as year packages go. I know they always have the combo package with personals and premiums. That's the big one. They have the year where it's a year of premium plays and it's $2,000, which they double, so you get 2 years for $2K. Then they have a year of premiums and a year of guaranteed Saturdays, which is $34.99, which they double. And then they have a year of premium plays, a year of my personal plays, guaranteed Saturday, and the game of the week. Or, excuse me, all the games of the weeks for a year, which they double. But that's the 5K one. That's the one that includes personals and premiums, Rich. Jonathan says, you talking about the era of Justice, Maddox, Smoltz? Yes. I was actually talking about this yesterday. The new house that we had built, I finally get a game room. And I'm doing much like this, but with much bigger TVs on the TV wall. The 4-panel TV wall. But I'm doing a wall for the Atlanta Braves. And as far as what I want on it is I want to obviously autographed jerseys, which I already have a couple of them. But I want it to be 4 with 1 in the middle. 4 stacking up on the outside, or even, I don't know if I really want 1 at top at like a diamond shape. I think I just want them kind of staggered. But I want John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, Steve Avery, Bobby Cox, the whole works. The whole works. But yeah, that era, early 90s, the good era. Man, I used to get made fun of so much for being a Braves fan that they even wrote a book about us from worst to first. I actually did it as a book report, I think in like 4th grade or something. All right, so again, back to the Rays and the Astros as far as this one goes. People want to say Stinky Grinky, Granky Stinky, or whatever you want to call him. He doesn't have what he has, or what he used to have. Andrew Wynn says, are you sure your bet isn't from the heart, building a Braves shrine? No, I faded the Braves more times than not, brother. And I have no problem fading the Braves. Trust me. I actually just did fade the Braves before the end of the season. Mac B, did I ever get your email I sent last night? I didn't see one. Did you send it to Kyle@cappersdirect.com? If you did, send it again. All right. He definitely doesn't have what he has. Or what he had. I still like Greinke. I still think he's a quality pitcher. All right. I'm going to remove it. That way you don't get... spammed a bunch from the people that watch and then hound the people that sign up. I don't have one. If you send it to Kyle@cappersdirect.com, send it again. There's my email address. Copy that one, paste it, and send it again to me. Scott, which package has a higher winning percentage personal premium? Believe it or not, crazy as it sounds, last year they ended up not even a full percent apart. Like enough to actually round up and say that they were pretty flippin' even. Nick, does who have COVID? Joe, are we betting UCLA and USC this year? Oh boy. We'll see about that one. Using Greinke in this spot against the Rays is definitely dangerous. But let's be honest. Who do the Astros have? Their only option, besides Greinke, and he will more than likely be in the bullpen ready to go. Obviously, Framber Valdez will be in there because he's got the most rest. He pitched 6 complete innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. I think he'll be an option if Greinke gets in trouble. Remember, if Greinke gets in trouble, obviously the Astros are going to have one of the best comebacks in postseason history to come back from 3 games down to have a chance. As far as if he gets in trouble or he gets in a bad situation, the Astros will have no choice but to go to the bullpen and unload everything that they can on the Rays today from the bullpen. It's do or die. Win or go home. Win or go home. I think we see some fight out of them today. The matter is just how much. Again, to me, the value has been on the Astros. We took them in game 1. We won plus 1.5. We did not take them. Game 2, took them game 3. We lost after a bad spot, a bad inning, leaving the starter in just a little bit too long. An inning too long. That one's on the coach. As far as this one goes today, do or die. Astros seem to hit when Greinke's on the mound. He always gets run support. Unlike Jacob deGrom up in New York, that can never get the good runs in a timely manner. The Astros have been trending with a lights-out score. They've had all the base runners they've needed, 37, 33 if you take out the 4 home runs out of 5 runs they've put up on the board. 33 base runners on base with 1 run if you take out the 4 home runs, the 4 solo home runs. It's only a matter of time before the Astros actually connect and do some damage, and I think it's today. But then again, I thought it was yesterday too. I thought it was in game 1, and they made it close, and we covered. We covered the 1.5. We won. But again, I do lean towards the Astros. Plus the 1.5. Don't know if I have the guts to even take them on the money line based on what they haven't been doing. Very hard to sweep a team. It is very hard to sweep a team, especially in a 7-game postseason series. As far as the total goes, no opinion on the total. Both pitchers have the capability to have a very lights-out game. But it is Greinke, and he's been hit pretty well. And the Astros have needed runs. When Greinke's on the mound, total sitting at 8. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go over. But again, this one I'm going to stay off of. Ross Pitts coming in late with the food talk. Says Tony's Waffle House in Massachusetts. If I ever get to Mass, I'll have to try it out. All right, so We're going to talk about a game that was supposed to take place 4 days ago. Coastal Carolina, Louisiana, Lafayette. This game was supposed to take place last Saturday. And here we are with Wednesday night football. I love it. I love it. Football every day this week. I love it. Hopefully we get some NFL Tuesday next week. That way we can have football 7 days a week next week. As far as this one, guys, original game number was 363, 364. It obviously has a new game number, 169 and 170 for today. Currently, Louisiana Lafayette sitting at 7.5 minus $1.17, plus 7.5 for Coastal Carolina. Total on this one, over and under 58.5 points. All right, popping up all that we can on this one. First half has Louisiana Lafayette laying 4, over and under 29. They take that 28, add that extra point. So you're going to need 5 scores, 5 extra points, or excuse me, 4 scores, 4 extra points, and a field goal at least to get the first half to go over. First quarter sitting at over and under 13, minus $1.15. Last time these two teams faced off, Louisiana Lafayette last year, November 7th, putting the beat down on Coastal Carolina, 48-7. The Raging Cajuns coming in ranked at the 21st spot. They are 3-0 straight up, just 1-2 against the spread. No NFL tomorrow. Bookie King says the Sharps and himself are on the 7.5. The self-imposed title Sharps are on the 7.5, Bo King says. As far as this one goes, and we're going to jump into this one, but let's take a look where the money's at right now. All right, let's take a look where the overall money is at. 69% of the money coming in. Sharps and public, all on Coastal Carolina. Yet that line is staying at 7.5. We've seen 7 earlier. The money coming in on Coastal Carolina, 55% on the over, 45% on the under. So the even is pretty, or the over and under is pretty even. 55-45, lopsided when it comes to the side or the money line. 72% are on the money line of Coastal Carolina, who comes in 3-0 straight up, 2-1 against the spread. Taking a look at what Coastal Carolina has done. They beat Kansas 38-23, which is not saying much, but Kansas does decide to hold their own at times. They beat Campbell 43-21, not saying much. And they beat Arkansas State. And they didn't just beat Arkansas State. They hurt them 52-23. 3 straight games, not only winning, but putting the total over. They're 2-1 against the spread. The only spread they did not cover was the 27.5 that they were laying against Campbell. They covered both times that they were a dog. They were a 4-point dog against Kansas. They covered. They didn't just cover. They won the game outright by 15 points. And then against Arkansas State, they were a 3.5-point dog. They won that game by, 29 points? Pretty lopsided victory there. Here they come in. They opened up as a touchdown dog. They're now getting 7.5 points on the road at Cajun Field. This game will be on ESPN, and they're going to get the Raging Cajuns, who in the very beginning of the season played Iowa State, and they put the beat down 31-14. They were a 13-point dog, and they won by 17 points. Then they were laying 17 against Georgia State, which is a game they should have not only dominated, they should have covered in that one. And they weren't even close. They were laying 17. We were in-game betting that one live during live wager. And they played like absolute dog shit in that game. Get down to the red zone, throw a pick. Get down to the red zone, throw a pick. 34-31, they got the job done on the money line. Nowhere near laying the 17. Georgia Southern, they were laying 12. They won 20-18, close game there. They have not been able to close out a close game. Now, road teams have won back-to-back games straight up and against the spread. in this head-to-head series. The road team has dominated back-to-back, not only straight up, but against the spread. Louisiana-Lafayette 8-2 to the under after a close straight-up win of 3 points or less. Taking a look at both programs, first of all, Coastal Carolina coming in with the more dominant offense, putting up 44.3 points per game. But remember, 43 of those were against Campbell, 38 against Kansas, and 52 against Arkansas State. I'd have to say, before we even get into the rest of the breakdown, the level of competition that the Raging Cajuns has faced has definitely been higher than what we've seen from Coastal Carolina. Playing Iowa State, Georgia State, and Georgia Southern, I would definitely favor strength of schedule well over playing the likes of Kansas, Campbell, and Arkansas State. Not knocking those programs, just saying strength of schedule. Adversity definitely has been in the face of Louisiana-Lafayette. They've been on upset alert. They've been down. They've battled back. They have not had a good start since they came out against Iowa State in the very first game of the season. They've been slow starters, but they get it going late in the game for that big comeback. Coastal Carolina averaging 199 yards on the ground, 4.6 yards per carry. I like that number. 243 in the air at 11.4 yards per passing attempt. They're going to be going up against a pretty solid secondary in the Raging Cajuns. And we'll go over their numbers here in a little bit. Raging Cajuns averaging just 28.3 points per game. 169 yards on the ground, 5.1 yards per carry. Yes, take Jerry's advice. He probably wants you to go, to another sports service or something. But thank you for joining us, Jerry. Have a great day. Sorry you didn't get your plug off. The Raging Cajuns averaging just 169 on the ground. However, the thing with the Raging Cajuns and their offense, time of possession has favored their opponent. Their opponents have been running the ball against the Raging Cajuns to keep that Louisiana-Lafayette offense off the field. If the Raging Cajuns were averaging 1 or 2 or 3 more possessions a game, that 28.3 points per game would be higher. The 169 yards at 5.1 yards per carry would be higher. They're only averaging 33 running plays to 30 passing plays a game. They're averaging 63 offensive snaps a game. Whereas they're defending in the high 70s on offense. Yes, Mark, he definitely does. It's funny, if you guys notice, there's somebody else that goes live around the same time as us. They draw like 20 people. We get 400. There was 799 here on Monday night or Monday morning for Monday Night Football. But every day around this time, somebody comes in asking questions about a certain service, a certain name, and I'm not going to say it, but I'm not going to say it. But isn't that a coincidence that every day around the same time, comes in asking about the same service? Right? I mean, walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. Sure as hell ain't a donkey. Well, still a donkey, but it's probably a duck. You guys can do the math. You guys can add up 2 plus 2. It don't equal 3, all right? So, an effective game plan against Louisiana-Lafayette has been keep their offense off the field. Other teams have tried. They have still failed. They can't get the job done when it's all said and done. They're averaging 5.1 yards per carry, regardless of just the 33 running plays a game. The 5.1 yards per carry average is absolutely perfect in this spot. Now, they're going to have a tough challenge going up against the run defense of Coastal Carolina. They've been great at defending the run. We'll go over that here in a minute. But again, level of competition has not been there. Louisiana-Lafayette averaging 7.9 yards per passing attempt, 241 in the air, and they are very capable to air that sucker out all the way down the field. As far as the defenses go, Coastal Carolina is giving up just 22.3 points per game. Louisiana Lafayette, 21. So first of all, you've got offenses that are prolific offenses that will put up numbers in a hurry. And then on the other hand, you've got defenses holding teams to like a 21 points per game average if you combine the two of them. We've got a total on this game sitting at 58.5. One's got to go. Either the offenses are going to be lights out or the defenses are going to step up and we're going to see a low-scoring game. Last year, same scenarios, very similar numbers at the time that they played in late November. Roughly the same averages. If you go back and you look from last November to where these teams were last November, as far as average of plays, offensive numbers, defensive numbers, very similar. Coastal Carolina got shut down by that Raging Cajuns defense, and they had no answer. They had no answer to Louisiana Lafayette's offense. They beat them 48-7. Jeff says the money reason why the money coming in on the Dodgers because everybody thinks that they won't lose 3 straight. By all means, folks, I already told you. I'll flash the free play board. We're on the Braves plus 1.5. It's plus 105 when we put it out. I'm not betting it yet. I'm going to let everybody wake up. I'm going to let everybody get off of work, and I'm going to let everybody push that up for me. All right, the money line is up to 171. The Dodgers are now laying $1.86. The total bumped up to 10 minus 105 as well. All right, I'm going to kick back. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to hope. And I'm going to hope that the betting public pushes this one even higher for me. All right. Now, I'll monitor it. If that line starts dropping, I'll hammer it so I get it where it's at now. But I'm going to kick back. I'm going to wait. The Rens, fantastic. I will take a look at my email when I get off the live show. I'll take a look, and we'll get everybody set up that's supposed to be set up, all that good stuff. All right, so back to the Coastal Carolina, their defense. Something's going to give today. It's either going to be the offense that breaks or it's going to be the defense that breaks. Last time they played, it was the Coastal Carolina defense. It wasn't the Raging Cajuns. Take a look at the Raging Cajuns. They gave up 14 to a very, very quality opponent in Iowa State. They gave up 31 in their win against Georgia State. But it was their offense that killed them in that one by throwing interceptions, fumbling the ball. Setting up easy scores for Georgia State. Against Georgia Southern, they held them to 18 points. Okay? Now, they haven't played. The Raging Cajuns haven't played since the 26th of September. They've had plenty of time to prepare for this game. Being prepared is not an option. Both teams 3-0. One's going to go home a loser. One's going to go home a loser today. Arun Bell, thank you for signing up for the combo package. I will be in touch with my personal plays as well. Glad to have you back on board. I know you've been with us for quite some time, so it's always great to have you on board. Sal wants to know who's my money on. We're getting there. We're not done with the breakdown yet. When it comes to the defensive numbers, first of all, Coastal Carolina has been excellent at defending the run. But before I tell you these numbers, keep in mind that's against the likes of Kansas, Campbell, and Arkansas State. Probably the best, or not the best 3 teams to judge these numbers off of. They're giving up just 140 yards on the ground on 36 rushing attempts at 3.9 yards per carry on average. On 35 passing attempts, their defense has given up just 225 in the air, 6.5 yards per passing attempt. Andre says Coastal Carolina beat Kansas. Wow, who may not even win a game this year. Nav says, hey, Kyle, been a long supporter of yours, but the Braves plus 1.5, I just don't see it. I'll see how it will come through. Dodgers pitchers, crazy record. Care to explain? Rewind towards the beginning of the show. We spent like an hour on the Dodgers. We probably have 2 hours on the Dodgers and the Braves, off and on. But you want to start all over to hear that one. But the Dodgers, crazy pitching record yesterday. That got them a good win. And the Dodgers' crazy pitching record with Buehler on the mound in Game 1 got them that good win, right? I think the only thing that matters is what's happening now, not records of the past. But then again, feel free to rewind. And again, fade, follow. Don't matter to me. I know where I'm putting my money. Now, again, Coastal Carolina, 6.5 yards per passing attempt, defending 35 passes a game on average, giving up just 225. Both these teams are in the plus category on turnovers, +3 for Coastal Carolina through 3 games, +3 for Louisiana-Lafayette through 3 games. Louisiana-Lafayette's defense has faced, on average, 46 runs a game. They're holding teams to 4.2 yards per carry, 191 yards on the ground. So when people are going to compare run stats, and I wish I actually had what I have here up on the board. One day I'm going to actually work on that. That way I can circle things and show you guys the difference. They may have 51 more rush yards put up against them every game. But they're also facing a minimum of 10 rushes a game more because teams' game plans have been to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. If you want to be successful against Coastal Carolina, against Louisiana-Lafayette, you better keep their offense off the field. You better keep their offense off the field. It's the only way to do it. Now, Louisiana-Lafayette, they're averaging giving up 3 touchdowns a game at 21 points. 14 against Iowa State. We know who they are. 31 against Georgia State and 18 against Georgia Southern, all 3 quality opponents. With the top opponent, obviously, being the one that they absolutely locked down and held to 14 points and beat them by 17 as a 13-point dog in Iowa State. Louisiana-Lafayette giving up just 199 in the air, 6.5 yards per passing attempt. What has plagued Louisiana-Lafayette has been those third down stops. They need to step it up today if they want to have a chance to win. If they want to have a chance to win, they're going to have to get those third down stops. And not just win, but cover. Louisiana-Lafayette has been a very, very off and on team for us so far this season. If you guys don't know, Louisiana-Lafayette for the last at least two and a half years has probably delivered us more against the spread wins and covers and cashes. Mac, I see your email. Your email just came in. I'll read it as soon as I get off the live show, but I'm finally getting one from you. But the Raging Cajuns have been a team that we've probably made more money on than any other team in college football. But not this year. It cost us once in the one time that we took them. As far as the total goes, I think we see a lot of points tonight. Weather seems to be clear. Weather seems to be nice. Sal says, I lost money off that team. Last 2.5 years, we've made a shit ton. As far as the side goes, you'll have to sign up to get on board. Rich, you have to ask why I keep pausing. It's called multitasking, taking a look at other things. Thinking about what I want to see, going from page to page, reading stats. But feel free, if you don't like the pausing, you could always watch another show. Happy Bro likes the over. Greg in the house, what's going on? Had to land home, you're closing. Fantastic, love to hear that. Love to hear that, Greg. Love to see people being successful. Love to see people being successful. If anybody is in the old state of Mississippi, looking for a new or used home, small home, big home, I'll put you in touch with Greg, which is Tiny's New and Used Homes here on YouTube. Been a great client of ours, very long-term client. Sal says, watch out, you're going to lose your money. Somebody's going to lose today. Probably be you. I'm winning tonight. NBA Real Tape says, what's up, Kyle? What did I miss? 3-1 for premium plays last night. Great day. Thank you. Thank you. Premium plays did go 3-1. I had a bad day yesterday. I was on the Bills. Star Child, what's going on? Coastal Carolina definitely looks a lot better this year. I think their offense will be a lot more capable of putting up points this year. I really do. That's why I'm going with the over. I think we'll see a lot of points. That's why we're going with the over. Their defense, still shaky at best. Going up against a quality opponent, shaky at best. Untested against a quality opponent, 100%. Something's going to give today. Is it going to be the offense by both programs? It's funny, Louisiana Lafayette +3 on the turnovers, but they keep turning the ball over themselves. Rich said, I like the Bills bet. Titans came out of left field. Titans, man. Sal says, I've lost a lot of money, bro. Believe me, we've all lost money. I'm just teasing you. I actually hope everybody wins. I don't ever want anybody to lose. Do I think Coastal Carolina can cover the spread as far as the side of that game goes? We're going to have plays on that, so you're going to have to get on board one of our packages. But as far as the total goes, we're rolling with the over. Well, we were on the over yesterday in that game, in the Bills game. We had the over. We had the over in that game yesterday. Remember the Titans, right? Remember the Titans. All right, guys. Coastal Carolina, Louisiana Lafayette. We are rolling over 58.5. I expect the defense to have some breakdowns. Whoa, hold on. Gotta fix this board here now. Coastal Carolina. And we're going to abbreviate it for short so it fits on the board, all right? So if you don't know what it means, just ask. Remember, the only dumb question is the ones you guys don't ask. Assumptions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Opinions are also like assholes. Everybody has one. All right? Just because the Braves is bigger doesn't mean that it's a bigger play. It just didn't fit on the board. Coastal Carolina and Louisiana Lafayette. The Vibe Interactive Free Play Board is there. It's ready. It's ready to rock. It's ready to roll. We will have more plays on this game than just the over. All right? We might have something on the side. We might have something on the first half. You just never know. All right? You just never know. Daniel says the Braves keep me from losing too much. Absolutely, go Braves. Brandon, you're 100% correct. And you know what's funny about that game? Going back one more time to the Bills and the Titans. I have not bet on the Bills the entire year, except last night. I have taken the Titans on the money line. I've rode the Titans. I've rode the Titans. I've rode the Titans. I've rode the Titans in the over. I have rode the Titans, and I slipped up. And the Bills money line play, that is on me. That is my fuck up. That is my fault. Just as the Bills got fat and lazy and happy thinking about Kansas City, I got fat and happy thinking that the Titans would come out and play like dog shit. And that was the exact opposite. So traps do happen, and yours truly fell for it. So I do apologize. Luckily, yesterday, free plays ended up going 1-1. Unfortunately, my personal plays, not so well. Not so well, but it's okay. The bounce backs are monstrous, and everybody knows that. The bounce backs are monstrous. The Bills did everybody dirty last night? Absolutely. Brandon says, tease Louisiana Lafayette laying 2 in the over 52.5. I'd have to take a little more look into that one as well. Star Child says, I like Louisiana Lafayette first half. I'd be careful with that for the sole fact that Louisiana Lafayette has came out, with the exception against Iowa State, has played like trash in their last 2 games. However, I know that is something that they're definitely looking to correct, and protecting the football in the start of the game, not turning the ball over and having to rely on deep passes, big plays, and turnovers by their defense late in the game to get some wins. As far as the side, we're gonna have a play on the side. So you're gonna have to jump on board. Feel free to jump on board. Premiums, 3 days, $99. The big combo package, all of that stuff. I'll post a link in the comment section for everybody that wants to know, or you just go to cappersdirect.com, click on the premium tab. Remember, all 1-year packages are doubled up this week. Very good analysis there, Derek. That they do. That they do. They snap it with about 12 seconds left, regardless of how much time or how much they're up by. Smart man, Glenn. Smart man. All right, guys and gals, enjoy those 2 free plays. We will be live again tomorrow. We'll be live again tomorrow to talk Georgia State, Arkansas State. Hopefully, the Astros win, not because we're betting on them, because I haven't put out a bet on them, but I want to see more baseball. Trust me, I want to see my Braves, personally, I want to see my Braves win in 4, just so I can, jerk that knife around in my family that are huge Dodger fans. But I would love for us to have 7 games in both series for us to bet on. Just means more money in our pocket, more games to bet on, more avenues for us to take. Plus, it gives us something else to watch when there's no football on a Tuesday. Fantastic, Sal. I'm glad you made $12,000. Fantastic. But again, we will be live tomorrow to talk all of baseball, all of college football tomorrow. We'll try and take a live look ahead at Fridays and Saturday's college football games as well. Zay dope. Sly, are we talking dinner or lunch tomorrow? I think we're going to have to do a cooking show. All right, we might have to do a cooking session. Where we cook live. We might have to do this. We've done the fishing show. We've done the lake show. We've done the Moab show on Hell's Revenge. We haven't done it. Actually, I've barbecued live. I have. But we haven't done a breakfast show. Brandon, I appreciate that. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, all right? Hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss a beat. We'll be live again tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Derek Davis says, Kyle, crazy. Hey, you know, if you can't have fun, we've talked about soccer that we have. Breakfast enchiladas actually sound amazing. Am I going to talk about soccer tomorrow? Maybe. Serving up pancakes and plays. Might need to go to Frackville for that one. As far as live tomorrow, Scott says group hug, have a lucky day. I'm down with the cooking show. Absolutely. And, you know, as far as the show goes, if you can't have fun doing what you do, guys, I go live with you guys for 2 or 3 hours, 2.5 hours today, and I love every minute of it. It don't matter if the trolls come in, the haters come in, they want to talk nasty to us. It doesn't matter. I have fun. I actually have fun doing this. I actually get paid by the company to come in, and when I told them I was going to do YouTube videos, they thought I was insane. This is just like a fun part. Just like most of you guys are sitting at work on company time, hiding, listening to Cap Nation Live while you're working away. No different from me. So, I mean, this is much of a pleasure and enjoyment for me to be able to come here and share some of the knowledge that I have, or stories, or fun, laughs, seriousness with you guys. This is as much my pleasure as it is for you guys. So I absolutely love doing this. So again, the Rewin says 5 dislikes. How can you not like my man? I hear you. And again, if you haven't done so, hit the thumbs up button. Sal says, who's your pick? Too much talk. Sal, if you don't like the talk, we go live for 3 hours. There's only 3 fucking games on the board today. If you don't like the talk, feel free to, you know, skedaddle. Hit the thumbs down button. Definitely unsubscribe to the YouTube channel. You won $12K yesterday on the Titans. You definitely don't need the Cappers Nation family. So hit that unsubscribe button and, you know, like, fly away on that unicorn, all right? It is a very unique atmosphere. Most people don't understand it. Most people just want us to, you know, spit out plays. But when they want that, there's other shows out there for that. But when you want somebody that's actually going to break down the games and actually put money on it, thousands of dollars, oh, I'm chill, Sal. I'm actually doing fantastic. Greg says go up or down Bell Road. You'll find whatever you want. Fact. Fact. That we will. Sal's new here, so let's forgive him. He probably came from SBR or Odds, the other shows. And I'm just teasing you, Sal. If I don't pick on you, it means I don't like you. All right? If I don't pick on you, it means I don't like you. And I know you're new to the channel. I say it like it is. I call a spade a spade. I give you the exact, what's on my brain is what's going to come out of my mouth. Fantastic. What's next? We gonna tape out a measuring tape. We're gonna measure, see whose bank account's larger or who's, you know, who's longer in the other category. What's next? We're gonna have a measuring contest. But again, it ain't a matter if you got $5 in your bank account or you don't have a bank account at all, or you got 100,000. But yeah, the rewinds. He's probably from somewhere where they came from getting both sides of the games 30 times a day. And that's understandable. You know, that's understandable. You know, that's understandable. Unserved loves when shit like this happens. See, it's funny. People are like, oh, Kyle, calm down, calm down. I'm actually calm. I'm actually having fun with it. You know what I mean? If you can't have fun with the people that come here and try and talk shit or try and act big and tall when they're really, really small, then you shouldn't be doing this. Who am I picking? Well, if you go to CVS, you take that $12,000 that you won. I think they cost like $2.99 or maybe $3.47. Maybe even less if you buy the travel pack. They're called Q-tips. Usually come in a little blue box, clear. Got a little stick in the middle with a little cotton fuzz on each side. You put them in here, twirl. I don't recommend pushing the wax in because then you still won't hear. Remove some wax, then hit the rewind button, but first make sure you hit the thumbs down button. Then hit the rewind button, and then you'll be able to hear. Or take those glasses with that $12,000 that you won. Take a hundo, like this. Take a hundo. Wipe off those glasses, all right? But do it with the 100. Unfog those glasses. Come down from your high of winning 12K, like you said you did. Hit the rewind button, and you'll be able to see it on that Vibe interactive free play board over there. Brandon, how's the ear? You know what's crazy? Ear was doing fantastic. Medicine was working. It was unclogged. There was zero pressure in it. I woke up this morning, I can't hear out of it again. It's completely clogged again. Now, I don't know if it's just sinuses or what that's affecting it, but I'm on the antibiotics. I've done the drops. Ear was great. And all of a sudden today, it took a turn for the worse. We get it, Sal. You won. Congratulations. Now do your best not to lose it. Nigo says, I just woke from my food coma. All right, folks. I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy those 2 free plays. Oh, somebody asked about Chick-fil-A. Do I like Chick-fil-A? I do like Chick-fil-A. But it always gives me the shits. Derek Davis says, bro, getting roasted. That was too good. I did get it checked out. Yeah, I went to the doctor. Ear infection, the whole works. It got better, and then it just got really bad last night. Or this morning. I'm hoping it's something else. Toby, thank you. Kevin99, what plays recap? Just hit the rewind button, like 15 minutes. It'll be up on the board. Cryptos and tokens, what's going on? So thanks for all you do. Your free plays are the best. Hopefully one day the Chargers will win for us. The Chargers can win when we're not taking them. The rewinds, I definitely will. I got to get my personal plays out, and then I'll get to my emails, and I'll get everybody taken care of. But what I do is I get off the live show, make sure that the plays are good, get everybody on the plays, and I go back to my email and do all that. So it'll be about an hour. Chido says, great show, Kyle. Always fun when you hammer the trolls. Makes my day. I have fun. You got to have fun doing what you do. If not, I wouldn't do it. Trust me. Do I like Whataburger? I'm going to be honest with you. I have never tried a burger at Whataburger. But I will tell you, there's a sleeper on that menu. Their fajita tacos are absolutely awesome. I know it's called Whataburger, and I'm talking tacos. But if you've never tried their fajita tacos at Whataburger, you need to try. I know. And I know it's Whataburger. I got to try a burger, right? I promise I'll try one, maybe this week. All right, guys, no disturbances here, so we can say goodbye to Sal and goodbye to all you guys for the rest of the day. Enjoy your day, guys. Remember, if you want to get on board the premium plays on a nice little heater, getting ready to start getting hot, 3-1 yesterday. 2-1 the day before. Going to go on a nice little run. So get on board. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Thai fajita tacos at Whataburger. It sounds crazy, but they were absolutely good. Greg says, get a green chili burger. I think I'm going to have to try that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you guys all live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a great day, everybody. Good luck betting.